Hello, this is Chris Greathouse with Greathouse Mechanical. We're here today doing a combustion check on this furnace. The gentleman called me because he had another contractor come out and they told him he had a bad heat exchanger. It's very important when you have a contractor come out to look at your furnace for yearly maintenance, A, that you trust them, and B, what they're telling you is correct. If someone tells you that you have a bad heat exchanger or a cracked heat exchanger or something like that, you should know how they're testing this. There are ways to test it without a combustion analyzer, but the most effective way to know whether or not you have bad equipment is to use a piece of equipment like we use. I'm gonna turn this unit on, and what you're gonna see, these numbers change up here. So what we're looking at is, this is the temperature of the exhaust. This is your oxygen. So we're gonna turn this on. We're going to turn the unit on, and what we're watching is the amount of oxygen that comes in to the combustion chamber. So initially when it starts, you're going to notice this number start to fall. Now, because when the fan on your unit turns on, it pressurizes the heat exchanger itself. If it had a crack or a bad spot in it where it's rusted, what's going to happen, the pressure of the air going through the ductwork is going to get in through that hole. So this number will start to rise. So we're going to watch the complete combustion cycle here from when it starts to where when we have pressure around the heat exchanger, and also once it's stabilized. As you can see over here, we've already done the test initially and it passed. And what we do when we do our maintenance is we print one of these out and we leave it with you, so that way next year when we come back we can compare it. So we can see that oxygen level is now dropping because we're having good combustion. So here in a minute, once the heat exchanger gets to temperature, the furnace fan will kick on, and what we're watching for is that number to stabilize and stay there, or even get lower while the fan is on. Okay, the furnace fan, supply air fan, is now kicked on. So if we had a bad heat exchanger, that O2 reading, which is seen in the second line, would actually be rising, because if we had a hole in it, the pressure of the air going around it would cause outside air to enter the combustion chamber and thus allow the oxygen level to rise. And most of the time when you have a bad heat exchanger, or a cracked or heat exchanger, or a hole in it, you're going to see that number rise pretty rapidly, pretty quick. And as you can see earlier, our stabilized O2 was 10.8, and that was after about a 20-minute cycle we waited for it to stabilize. So in conclusion, whether it be myself or another contractor ever tells you that your heat exchanger is bad, please get a second opinion. You don't have to call us, but we would love it if you would. It's always a good idea. Your air conditioning and your heat is the most expensive appliance that you can own. So it's always good to get a second opinion on something like that. And here at Greathouse Mechanical, we try to use the best equipment that we can get our hands on to give you the most accurate readings that we can, because we know that there's no reason to replace something if it's not broke. But there are contractors, even in our area, that will use fear, telling you that you have something broke that could emit something into your home that's harmful, to try and sell you a new piece of equipment. We don't operate that way. So thank you very much for your time, and remember, we offer this service to everybody in our service area, if you would like us to come out, look at your furnace, give you a combustion check, and come back and check it again next year so you can see where you're at on your efficiency and make sure your equipment is operating at peak efficiency, please let us know, and thank you very much.